We've talked a lot about saving money on this channel, how to cut expenses, stretch your budget, avoid getting ripped off. And yeah, being smart with money is crucial if you want to build wealth or hit your big goals. But here's the thing. Some people take saving money way too far. They become so obsessed with cutting costs that they actually hurt themselves in the long run. There are certain areas where trying to save money will cost you more than just spending properly from the start. Let me break down 6 things you should never cheap out on. And if you recognize yourself doing any of these, maybe it's worth rethinking your approach. Number 1, food. Look, I get it. Groceries are expensive and fast food seems cheap. But skimping on food quality is one of the worst financial decisions you can make. I'm not talking about eating out less or meal prepping. Those are smart moves. I'm talking about buying the cheapest, most processed garbage you can find because it costs less per meal. Here's the reality. Good food is fuel for your brain and body. When you eat well, you have more energy, you think clearer, and you get sick less often. When you eat poorly, you're tired all the time, your focus is shot, and you end up spending way more on doctor visits and missed work days. Think about it this way. Would you put watered-down gas in a Ferrari? Your body is more valuable than any car you'll ever own. This doesn't mean you need to shop at Whole Foods and buy everything organic. Buy seasonal produce, cook at home, and choose quality over quantity. Your future self will thank you when you're not dealing with health problems that could have been prevented. Number 2, your health. This one should be obvious, but I see people do this all the time. They'll spend hundreds on a new phone but refuse to invest in a decent mattress. They'll buy expensive clothes but skip their annual checkup because of the cost. Without your health, nothing else matters. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're sick or exhausted all the time, what's the point? I'm talking about the basics here. A good mattress for quality sleep, a decent chair if you work at a desk, regular checkups with your doctor, maybe a gym membership or some home equipment. One client I know spent years working on a cheap desk chair that destroyed his back. Eventually, he had to take time off work and pay thousands in physical therapy. A $300 ergonomic chair would have saved him money and months of pain. Your health is your foundation. Everything else you want to build in life sits on top of it. Number 3, tools for your work. This is where I see people sabotage their own success over and over again. If you're a photographer, that cheap camera is costing you clients. If you're a contractor, those discount tools are slowing you down and breaking when you need them most. If you work from home, that ancient laptop that takes 10 minutes to boot up is killing your productivity. I learned this lesson the hard way early in my career. I kept buying cheap equipment that would break or perform poorly, thinking I was saving money. In reality, I was limiting my earning potential and wasting time on constant replacements. Good tools don't just make your work easier. They make you more efficient, more professional, and often allow you to charge more for your services. You don't need the most expensive option, but don't go for the cheapest either. Find the sweet spot between quality and cost, and treat it as an investment in your income. Number 4, safety and security. This one hits close to home because I've seen what happens when people cut corners here. We're talking about car maintenance, home security, insurance, quality tires, electrical work, anything that protects you and your family. I know a guy who refused to replace his worn-out tires because they were still good enough. Guess what happened during a rainstorm? He hydroplaned, hit a guardrail, and ended up paying thousands in car repairs, medical bills, and missed work. New tires would have cost him $400. Here's the truth. Safety issues don't announce themselves. That cheap electrical work doesn't give you a warning before it starts a fire. Those bald tires don't text you before they blow out on the highway. When it comes to safety, the question isn't, what's the cheapest option? It's, what gives me and my family the best protection? Because the real cost of cutting corners here isn't just money, it's potentially everything you've worked for. Number 5, your personal development. This is the one most people completely ignore, and it's exactly why they stay stuck in the same place year after year. I used to think spending money on books, courses, or coaching was a waste. I'd think, I can just figure it out myself, or there's free information online. That mindset kept me broke and frustrated for way too long. The right information at the right time can completely change your trajectory. I've paid thousands for courses and coaching that have literally paid for themselves within months because they helped me avoid costly mistakes or showed me opportunities I never would have seen. Look, not every course or book is worth buying. But when you find something that can genuinely help you grow, whether that's learning a new skill, improving your mindset, or getting guidance from someone who's already where you want to be, don't let the price tag stop you. Set aside a small percentage of your income every month, specifically for your growth. Even $50 to $100 a month can buy you books, online courses, or other resources that compound over time. Your biggest investment should always be in yourself. Number 6, quality sleep. Here's one everyone talks about but never actually fixes: your sleep setup. You spend roughly a third of your life in bed, yet most people are sleeping on a mattress they bought 10 years ago, or pillows that give them neck pain every morning. Poor sleep destroys everything. Your decision-making gets worse, your immune system weakens, your mood tanks, and your productivity plummets. All because you didn't want to spend money on a decent mattress or blackout curtains. I'm not saying you need a $5,000 luxury mattress, but if you're waking up tired every day or your back hurts every morning, your sleep setup is costing you way more than a good mattress would. Quality sleep is the foundation of everything else. When you sleep well, you think better, feel better, and perform better. It's one of the highest return investments you can make. Those are the 6 areas where trying to save money will actually cost you more in the long run: food, health, work tools, safety, personal development, and sleep. The pattern here is simple. These are all investments in your foundation. When your foundation is solid, everything else becomes easier. When it's weak, everything becomes a struggle. Here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, how much does this cost? And started asking, what does this enable? That ergonomic chair doesn't cost $300. It enables better focus and prevents back problems. Quality food doesn't cost more. It enables peak performance and fewer sick days. Most people have this backwards. They'll spend $200 on entertainment that gives them a few hours of enjoyment, but they won't spend $200 on something that improves their life every single day for years. Your money should work for you, not against you. Look, I'm not saying go crazy and upgrade everything at once. Pick one area where you know you've been cutting corners and invest properly. Start there. Maybe it's finally getting that decent mattress, or buying the work tool that'll actually last. Whatever it is, make the investment and watch how it ripples through the rest of your life. Stop thinking short-term savings and start thinking long-term value. Sometimes spending more upfront is the smartest financial decision you can make. What other areas do you think people shouldn't cheap out on? Let me know in the comments. I might make a follow-up video based on your suggestions.